As promised, we're giving you daily updates of the 2024 March Madness bracket ahead of Selection Sunday, joined by Lisa Peterson. It's that time of the year. We're in Indy. I'm excited. Now, day 2 for you guys, for the selection committee. Where are you at in the process?
It's only day 2?
Yeah, we're rolling.
We're rolling. No, things are going great. We have put 28 teams into the tournament. We have 18 AQs. We have seeded through the 5 line, and we've had lots and lots and lots of debate and conversation.
You guys are making so much progress.
So much progress.
Okay, that's great to hear. Down to the 5 line. You know, we had a lot of Power 5s already crowned as champs. That wrapped up around Tuesday with the Big 12. How does that impact things moving forward, especially with those larger conferences that have more schools with other? Like, what is the impact there?
The impact of having all the Power 5s done has made it where we had a lot of teams that we wanted to see how they played throughout their conference tournament. And now with those being done, it's helped us a little bit get a little bit further along because we've seen the results of that. When we look at the Power 5s and you look at the number of teams that are in that tournament and in those conferences, we're really paying attention to strength of schedule within their leagues and you know what that looks like, because all of them have an unbalanced schedule, which is not what it used to be. You know, it used to be much more double round robin, and now we're paying attention to that probably a little more closely than we have in the past.
Can you go a little further on that? Because I want to know kind of like the weighted importance when you look at the regular season versus the conference tournament results of everything.
I don't know that we wait. You know, you have 12 committee members that are viewing all the different criteria. There's those 14 points that we talk about all the time. And so I don't know that I would say that one is weighted. I would just say it's how people are viewing it might be looked at differently. Certainly one of the things that you think about is how teams are playing right now, you know, and what impact they had in the conference tournament. We definitely value conference tournaments and, you know, what people do throughout that. I wouldn't say one is weighted more than the other. It's definitely just a factor that you look at when you're seeding those teams.
And playing hot as of late, there's been a lot of upsets in these conference tournaments and mid-major shakeup as well, and shortening up that bubble talk and making things more condensed. When you look at how Portland just knocked off Gonzaga, and we could possibly see a championship in the Ivy League go down between Columbia and Princeton, how does that play a factor into things when you look at conferences who can now have, you know, double representation?
We call those bid stealers. Yeah. You know, they are taking away a spot that maybe wouldn't have gone to that conference, but that's the best part about it. That's the thing that we love, the upsets, the Cinderella stories, all of those things. So it certainly, you know, changes how many teams from maybe some of the other leagues are getting in, but I think that's the best part about the bracket and about the whole NCAA tournament to begin with.
So day 3 going down on Friday. What will the committee kind of focus on moving into tomorrow?
We're trying to shore up those at-larges, you know, trying to, not that you get all of them in, but that we get a lot closer than where we are. And then we'll continue to seed. We'll still watch. There's still conference tournaments that are being played, so there's still some AQs that need to be finalized. We'll certainly watch the beginning of the Ivy League tournament that happens tomorrow and all the other ones that are going on. But just we want to keep making progress. And, you know, when we do this, we always go back. Like, so what we've done today, we've seeded, you know, like I said, the top 5. We'll go back tomorrow and say, okay, did we do this right? Is there some questions that we need to have? Like give people time to walk away. Because when you're in there doing it, you know, like you got a lot happening and it's very intense. It's a lot of conversation, a lot of debate. And so I think stepping away and then going back and just reviewing our work and making sure that what we did, we really feel comfortable with the decisions that are made and where we are so far.
A lot of great games going down throughout this entire course of the season. And when you just look at the attendance, the ratings, how women's basketball is just skyrocketing, the parity of the game is unreal. What have you been seeing lately, and how do you see our stars just kind of changing the landscape?
Well, I think that the stars are bringing eyeballs to the game that maybe haven't been there before. And I think then once you start to watch the women's game, they don't leave, and it attracts more. Like I saw something today on a podcast of 2 former NBA players, how they're talking about the women's game is more exciting right now than the men's game. And you know, whether that's true or not true, right, it's just bringing more people to it than have ever been brought before. So I think that that's what's really great. And certainly, you know, the superstars are doing that. But Autumn, we've talked about it before, the freshman class and what we've got coming, it really gets you excited about the future of women's basketball and where it's going, but also like what's going to happen in this tournament. Because what you expect isn't going to be what happens. And the men's tournaments always had that, it feels like. I feel like over the last couple of years, we're finally getting some of that, and it just makes it even that much more exciting.
Expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
And we will expect the bracket coming out, the 2024 March Madness bracket Sunday, Selection Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. I'm excited to see what all happens, and we'll have updates leading up to that moment every single day. So Lisa, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.